Hi friends, so this is the second episode that I've taped. A little nicer today, so Cookie is not wearing the coat. Cookie, we're going to go this way today. She knows the turns because I always take the same path every time. Right now we are on the red-blue trail, and yesterday, if you see Cookie down there, that is the Indian Rock Trail, and we're not going that way. We're going to take you a different way, some of the same trails but in reverse direction, and then some new trails today. So Cookie, let's go this way, okay? We're going to go up this way. Good doggy, let's go. Who's the fast doggy? Who's the fast doggy? Oh, you're the fastest doggy. Okay, good doggy. Okay, lots of rock this way, as you can see, which is nice. Again, it's so pretty out here. I haven't posted any yet. I'm going to wait till I get a bit of content before I do, but feedback is welcome. If you think I should slow down, or they're too long, or you want me to zoom in more. This is my star of the show. Cookie, what'd you find? Okay, let's go. They say it's our happy place. Yesterday I kind of freaked her out with the camera. I don't know, she seems used to it. She knows the paths really well. If I didn't make, me taking different routes is probably going to mess her up for a little while, because I've certainly got a favorite route. It's the longest one, and that's the one from the first episode. So this will be a little shorter, but not much. But because we're taking different turns, that may be a little challenging for her. You can see all the rain we've had here. That it must have just flown like a strong river through here, washing all the leaves out of the middle. As I say, it's been wet. I'm not sure how many more of these I'll get in this winter. It's still early January, and the reason being is we have a snowstorm coming in on the weekend, and I'm actually traveling for work next week, and these trails aren't the most accommodating when you can't really see them that well when they're all covered with snow. It gets some good traffic, but the paths are so apparent when it's dry. And, you know, obviously when they're covered with snow, some are easy enough. You know, you can see where the tree line kind of parts through here, but it might be a little tough. We may have to wait till the spring, but let's see how that goes. Okay, so we're about to turn. This is all new, but if you did watch the first episode, I took us over the Blue Ridge Trail. And that's where we're going to turn here. You can see the little blue here. Although Cookie's confused. See, you can see the red blue on that tree there. Cookie, we're going to go this way, okay? She'll come. So this was the path that we came in, the red-blue trail. We're now going to go over the Blue Ridge Trail. And this will take us up and over Indian Rock, but coming from the other side. Cookie, let's go. Who's the fast dog? Who's the fast doggy? Okay, let's go. Again, if you ever hike this by yourself, it's so well marked. They've done such a nice job back here. And it's not massive, you know, we go from Norfolk to Jordan is kind of the length of it. And then between Indian Lane, King Philip on one side and Crestwood on the other, that's the width. So it's more long than narrow, and I call it width and length. And you know, I'm walking the entire length of it through different paths, and it's not that far, but it's beautiful. Every once in a while I come in here, meet a lot of neighbors, and that's great. You know, we actually host a summer barbecue for the people on our street every year, just so that we can meet the neighbors, especially after COVID. It was after COVID had kind of gone away, so 2 years ago we started. If we do one this fall, summer, it'll be year 4 for that. but also a lot of folks from the other streets. And every once in a while I meet someone who drove here just to hike it with their dog or their son or someone, you know. It's nice. A lot of dogs. You see a lot of dogs back here for the most part. But you know, some people, they're here, a guy with his buddy, and they had 4 kids with them. And yeah, it's just great. Everyone's so friendly. All right, you can see we're starting to go uphill now. That was that flat bit from yesterday. Cookie's already downhill from me. She loves it back here. It is chilly enough, so I've got the sniffles again. We'll see if I'm this bad in the summertime. I'm climbing up here. There she comes running up the hill. All right. Yesterday I remarked this was about the trickiest point to come down. Lilies are climbing up. Which way is she going? Okay, I'm going to go up this way. Not bad, just can be a little slippery. Gotta be careful. Good. You found something? All right, Cookie, I'm moving on. Going this way. What, you got stage fright? Let's go. You'll figure it out. All right, let's resume. This tree really bent. Look at it. Leaning up against the other one. That'll be a heavy one to move. You see there's even holes in it. All these beautiful little ridges here though. And again, if you're worried about the dangers of hiking through here, there's a couple ledges and stuff. Don't get too close. I'd say the major danger is just not keeping your eye on the ground. Because if you look, there's these little stones and roots and everything everywhere. I trip up every once in a while. You know, it's a minor stumble, right? Never wiped out or anything. But if you're not paying attention, I guess it's possible. Never heard of any injuries or anything through here though. Just pretty though. You know, you can see you really got to watch your step in these areas, but anyone, you know, decent common sense is going to. Little climbs like this. All right, just step on the rocks as needed. And again, look how well marked it is. Big pond down there, if you can see it. Frozen over. Where are you going? You know, I don't like it when you get too far off, Cookie. I don't want to step on some sharp twig or something. She does stick to the path for the most part. She's sniffing out something though. We're not really sure what breed she is. She was a rescue dog and we got her when she was 3. It'd be nice to maybe do that DNA test. I've heard Australian hounds, certainly a hound. She walks with her nose to the ground all the time. I'm going to get in front of her a little bit, let her catch up. Like here's just a little ledge kind of thing here, but by no means, just don't get close to it. And it's not deep or anything. And as we turn this next corner, that is Indian Rock right in front of us. Cookie's still back there. So I'll get in front of her. When she loses sight of me, that's usually when she comes tearing by. So I'll stand off to the side here and give her a call. Let's go. Here she comes. Oh, fast dog. Oh, you're going fast? Go fast, go fast. Let's go fast. Good doggy. Okay, she likes it. She'll recognize it up here. She'll recognize all of it. It's just a different angle. But coming in top of Indian Rock. And here we are. So the peak of the whole hiking is through here. Again, there's ledges and stuff here. I'll take you to this one. You can see we've got some height here. This would be a nasty fall. See, we're in the treetops up here. There's that frozen lake down there I was mentioning. Here's the highest point, and the trail we came in on yesterday is down there. Okay, so we are about to leave the Blue Ridge Trail and tie into the Indian Rock Trail, which is the one we took from the first posting, this being the second. So yesterday we came up from down here and then went over. This way we're going to go straight down. And the nice thing about this one is I can show you how close Indian Rock is to your best access point. Really the formal access point. And where everyone comes to visit and hike these trails, this is always where they park. So we're heading down. Remember, my daughter and I used to come here when she was 4. She'd be in her snowsuit, and this was all covered through here, and she'd slide down the whole way. Now she's 18 and I've lost my cool. But apparently I get some of my intelligence back when they get a little bit older. Oh, where's she going? There she goes. For a 40-pound dog, she sounds a lot like a racehorse when she comes tearing through here. Okay. She'll stop and sniff and check something out and realize she's too far behind me, and all of a sudden just come tearing past us again. I'm going to pan down. We're almost at the bottom of it here, so really we're that close. 1 minute, 2 minutes up the hill, and this here, that's King Philip there. So if you want to come and drive here, you park right there at the end of King Philip. There's even a sign there. I'll take you there at some point. It's easy enough to find. And you just make your way into the access point, which I'll show you in a second. And then up and over the rock. And here she comes. Okay. This here is the Easy Blue Trail. We're not going to walk this one today. We walked it for a little bit yesterday, and then we cut off again. But that's one, if you come in through where I started on the Red Blue Trail and you stay on that, that will take you right through here and right to here, which is the end of King Philip. And if you're looking at King Philip here, here's the path right here. So you can see there's a sign marker there. And from looking at the sign, just stay to the left of the sign and you'll come in this path here. And we're going to go down here. So the Blue Easy is there. The trail we're about to start now is called King Philip's War. So let's take this path. And again, we've got some markers on here. I don't see a lot of the green. This trail was here when I discovered these, before they became marked and as groomed as they are. Got a nice descent down here. And again, I was just kind of playing around and going different spots, and to the point I just got to know them all well. Again, at some point I'll figure out the story behind these rock walls that are, I think, over a lot of Massachusetts. You know, they're everywhere, right? I've heard all different theories. I've never heard official. I heard agriculture, I heard trade routes, they marked roads, different property lines, I don't know. Now we're not going to go this way, but I will show you this path through here. And it's marked also, you can see the green marker on that tree there. And this was the newest trail. This is the one the Boy Scouts, I saw them creating about 10 years ago. And they've actually put some bridges and stuff in there, so there's a couple little small gullies that you have to get past. So at some point I'll do that and take you through there. Now I mentioned yesterday, I used to tell my daughter bedtime stories at night when she was a kid. And I mentioned a few of the characters yesterday. At some point, you know, I'm going to run out of things to say, and I'll tell you maybe a couple of those short stories if anyone cares. But this path here, and you can see the red sign there, this is what we call Danny's Secret Passage. So this was named after Danny the deer. And I called it that because you can see all the branches have been trimmed away and it's been groomed and stuff. You used to have to really duck to get through this area and find the path on the other side. So that's where Danny the deer lived. And that was his secret passage. And there's one more character I'll introduce you to soon. And of course, in the fairy tales, they need some sort of villain. So in this case, the villain is a witch. And she's always mean to Freddy and his friends. And she lives here. See this cool looking tree right here? That's the witch's tree. So she's there. This is maybe a better shot of it. I know it's silly, but my daughter used to love these things. This is a shorter route than yesterday too. We're getting back close to that ridge area. It takes us to where the river is real soon. Probably why I don't go this way as often. I like the distance a little bit more. But I gotta shake it up if I'm gonna retain any interest in people watching these videos. So I'll take you through different angles, different paths, coming in from opposite directions. Here she comes. Cookie, let's go. Let's go. Who's a fast Dougie? Who's a fast? Oh, full out speed, full out speed. 10-year-old dog. Isn't that great? She loves the walks every day and it just keeps her fit. Mind you, outside of these walks, she spends most of her day on my wife's and my bed, crashed. Comes down for meals. So we came yesterday from this way. I think I pointed, oh, this is where we met that other dog yesterday, and I stopped filming for a minute. So the rest of the way here, you've seen. If I ever see the horse outside, which typically he is, I'd heard someone that I met here who lives, is the neighbor of the horse, said the horse around 23 right now. I think that's pretty old for a horse. I think I'd heard, I'm not positive, someone can correct me, but that full thoroughbred racing age for a horse, I'd heard quite young, like 3 or 4. And if you can hear the river already, and here's a nice little bridge to get over it. Again, where it comes from, it flows down here, and here comes Cookie. So again, I'm going to map it myself and really try to line up where the trails are. We could still be on King Philip's War, but I'm not positive at this point, because the last leg that goes right up here is called Juniper Spur, and this is pretty well, you know, we're getting close to the end here. I'll take you down to where the path loops up around and brings you back to Indian Rock. So I won't take this because it's a dead end. But there's a turn up here that goes around, and maybe this is King Philip's War right up until this turn, and then Juniper Spur starts at the turn. Not quite positive. It's the map was, there's no real great map out there. You can find a couple, but they're very loose, kind of sketchy type things. So that's where I'm guessing Juniper Spur goes. This is the path. Remember I said the Boy Scouts created a path? This is where it starts, right here. And we took this way yesterday. And I will take you through this one at some point so you can see what they did. They did a great job with it. and it goes through another one of these rock walls. So I won't do that today. We're going to go home now. This is about the end of it. This is kind of the private path, although it's not private. It was built by my neighbor, guy I'm calling Dr. J for now, until I get his permission if he wants his name used. As I mentioned, we're about the only two that ever take it here. Our dogs and us, and my wife on weekends. Kids never come with me anymore. But this is getting some traction. Okay, I'll probably cut it off. I'm going through the last fence and right up to around where our backyard is coming. Again, thanks very much. Please subscribe, please like it. If you know people that live in Franklin or want to learn about the first Indian wars in America, this is it. So good historical site. I'm recording these just so that they're there. There was no videos, there was no little real footage of it. So I'll get this out here and hopefully it stands the test of time and people can see 2024 what these paths actually look like. Thanks again.